Sennin F out in Newtown. So the scope of work, it's actually just going to be a one-time cut. The guy does not, kind of weird, but he doesn't have a lawnmower and no one mows his property, and I guess it doesn't grow much with all the shade. It's mostly moss. There's definitely some spots where it's pretty high, but yeah, so he just wants like a one-time cut. We'll do for him. I don't know if he's gonna put card on, so you could just, if he doesn't have a card on, you could check out with him to get payment. But yeah, I'll kind of do a quick walkthrough. This is a dead-end street right here, but you know, you can pull up here, park here, and then that's, I don't think that's a dead-end street. Anyway, so yeah, it's just mowing front and back. I'll just get you a little scope. The property's pretty big and deep. We're not going to do the entire thing, but I'll walk through the back so you see it. Goes to the fence line over there, and then the whole front, you know, we're going to mow. You know, again, it's just a regular lawn mowing. You know, mow all this to the fence line. All here, try to go, I guess, as low as you can, but the big call out here is just be real careful with the mower that we don't hit something. Like, you're gonna have to go slow. Don't try flying through this thing, because there's a lot of debris, sticks. Like, here's a big stump right here. I don't want to blast something with the mower and do damage. So yeah, I'll kind of just walk through. So just some call out notes. You know, there's like tree stumps. The weird thing over here, all these leaves, he just asked if we can just, I would put the mower definitely higher. There is some bigger sticks in here. If you quickly, before you mow it, walk through any large like branches, just throw them to the side. And then all these leaves, he just wants it run over with the mower. The guy is not nitpicky. This doesn't have to be like a grade A white glove type of treatment here. It's just kind of like getting the growth down. Hasn't been cut all year, so he definitely doesn't care that much. He just wants it somewhat cleaned up. All these leaves though, he said if you could just kind of mow over them a little bit, I would just put the flap down and just kind of mow over them maybe a couple times. Just, I told him they'll still be here, but they'll at least be chopped up a little bit. He said that's fine. They're just something more than them just being like full, just to try to get them smaller. And then all this growth just kind of cut down, whether with the mower, string trim, or whatever. I wouldn't go nuts like string trimming all here. I mean, you can do like the light stuff that's starting to creep onto the walkway, but don't go crazy trying to perfect any of this. And also don't want to be tossing rocks all over the place. So again, any like high stuff, you can kind of string trim it, but you don't got to go nuts getting every single growth in the walkway by any means. Again, there's kind of just random piles of sticks, so you kind of work around it. It's mostly moss over here, but there is some sprouts of weeds that are just like getting to be a, you know, 2 feet high or whatever, so you just kind of mow them. Yeah, just go slow, because like I said, there's just random stuff out here. Cool dude, but there's just like, you know, you got bricks in here. As far as over here, he said just mow to the leaves. You don't have to mow these leaves, leave them alone. So you're just gonna mow right up to the leaves, and like wherever it's a lawn, you're just gonna mow that, and then nothing further. In here, just be cautious. There is some like river rock right in here. So shouldn't be cutting super low, shouldn't pick them up, but just string trim this area just to be on the safe side. Here's mostly moss, not really much to do here. A little bit of string trimming, maybe some high stuff, but and then going to the back. Back has a little more growth in some spots. So like there's a lot back here going on, so I would do most of this with like a string trimmer probably, just because there's like rocks, there's random stuff here. As far as mowing inside this like fenced in area, you can just leave that alone. That's like this little garden area, so you could skip all that. All this growth over here probably wouldn't be taking the mower, probably just string trim it, because I see some tree stumps, so who knows what else is going on in there. You know, we got a basketball, we got an old tree stump, so you're basically just gonna like weed whack all this down. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, he's just trying to lower it. And then this is all his property. We're only gonna go to these trees, and then like roughly to the pile of like wood there, like these logs and that wood chips. You're not gonna have to worry about anything back past these trees. So nothing with the big hill back there, none of this overgrowth that's way back there. Don't worry about it. you know, basically roughly gonna go how the neighbor, like their fence line, you know, kind of run to here. So here and forward, you know, back here you should be okay taking the mower all here. This area a little suspect. You might be able to take the mower on the high setting, but maybe string trim. Yeah, pretty straightforward back here. Just be cautious when you're cutting. Stump here. You know, you got like a manhole. That's a good gauge. I wouldn't go. You can trim around that, but wouldn't go past that too much. And then all back here, you don't got to worry about anything. Over here, you shouldn't need to do too much. Maybe a little bit of string trim in here or there. Try to tidy it up for them. Kind of around here, string trim it. And then lastly, again, not much to mow over here. You don't need to really mow anything past in here. But he said maybe if you can, when you're coming through with the string trimmer, maybe just a quick, like anything that's like creeping onto his walkway, just do a quick flip this trimmer vertically and kind of like edge it, I guess, a little bit, just so that when they're walking through this path, they're not getting hit with any, you know, like sticker bush on here and stuff. And then this whole area, gonna blast it down. All weeds, I would probably just string trim because I see wood ties. This is raised up higher than that. You got this all raised, so all this just string trim the area. He didn't really say much about this. You could lightly string trim this stuff. Again, just kind of edge this out. And that is basically it. And then we're back out front, so